A used Tesla with 190,000 miles just sold for more than a brand new Corolla. Battery, original, never replaced. Meanwhile, someone is passing on an EV right now because they heard the battery dies in 5 years and costs 20 grand to swap. One of these people is making a very expensive mistake. I've dug through real fleet data covering over 22,000 electric vehicles. What I found completely flips everything most people still believe about EV batteries. Today we're getting the actual numbers, not manufacturer promises, not forum opinions, real data from real vehicles driven millions of miles in real conditions. What manufacturers actually guarantee? Let's start with the baseline. Every major automaker selling EVs today backs their battery with an 8-year, 100,000 to 150,000 mile warranty. The coverage isn't just against total failure either. It guarantees the battery won't drop below 70% of its original capacity within that window. Here's what most people miss about those numbers. Manufacturers didn't pick 8 years and 70% because that's when batteries start dying. They pick those numbers because they're confident the battery will significantly outlast them. Warranty coverage is always set below what the product can actually deliver. No company warranties something right at the edge of its failure point. Think about that for a second. If an automaker is willing to legally commit that your battery will hold at least 70% capacity for 8 years, they've already built a margin of comfort on top of what their testing showed. The warranty is the floor, not the ceiling, and increasingly, manufacturers are extending that floor even further. Hyundai and Kia now offer battery warranties stretching to 10 years and 100,000 miles on select models. Some states, like California, are pushing even stricter requirements for 2026 model years and beyond. These aren't marketing moves. They're signals that the industry knows these batteries can take it. Real fleet data shows slower degradation than expected. Now, let's talk about what actually happens in the real world. Geotab, a fleet telematics company, has been tracking EV battery health across thousands of vehicles for years. Their 2025 study analyzed over 22,700 electric vehicles covering 21 different models across Canada, the US, and Europe. This isn't a lab test. This is real cars, real drivers, real conditions. The average battery degradation rate came out to 2.3% per year. Let that sink in. At 2.3% per year, after 8 years, your battery still holds 81.6% of its original capacity. After 10 years, you're sitting around 77%. That's not a dead battery. That's a functional, daily driving machine with meaningful range. And that 2.3% is the average across all usage patterns, including the hard chargers, the hot climate drivers, and the fleet vehicles racking up miles every single day. Vehicles that stuck to lower power charging averaged just 1.5% degradation per year, projecting 88% capacity after 8 full years. A separate UK study from Generational analyzed over 8,000 battery tests across 36 automakers. Their finding? The average state of health across all tested vehicles was 95.15% of original capacity. Even 8 to 9-year-old EVs came in at a median of 85%. These aren't cherry-picked numbers from babied garage queens. These are fleet vehicles, rideshare cars, and daily drivers living real lives. Early degradation is normal, and then it stabilizes. Here's something that causes a lot of unnecessary panic among new EV owners. Battery degradation doesn't happen at a steady, constant rate. Most EVs experience a slightly steeper drop in the first year or two. Then the curve flattens significantly and degradation slows way down. Battery scientists call this the degradation curve plateau. Geotab's data confirms this pattern clearly. 8 of the 11 established EV models in their 2023 dataset had already hit that plateau, stabilizing at just 1.4% average degradation per year. The newer vehicles in the 2025 study pulled the average back up to 2.3%, not because batteries got worse, but because those newer cars are still in their early steeper phase. If you bought an EV 6 months ago and noticed your estimated range drop slightly, that's normal. That's the early curve doing what it's supposed to do. It's not a sign of a failing battery. It's a sign of a battery behaving exactly as designed. Owners who panic during this phase and make dramatic changes to their charging habits are solving a problem that was already in the process of solving itself. Heat is the biggest enemy of battery lifespan. Of all the factors that actually accelerate battery aging, heat is the one that matters most. Not mileage, not charging speed, not how hard you drive. Heat. Geotab's research found that vehicles operating in hot climates, defined as spending more than 35% of days above 25 degrees Celsius, degraded 0.4% faster per year than those in mild climates. That gap compounds over years of ownership. The good news is that modern EVs don't leave your battery exposed to the elements. Thermal management systems actively regulate battery temperature during charging, driving, and parking. These systems work constantly in the background, and they work well. But they're not magic. A car parked in direct sun in Phoenix for 8 hours every day puts more sustained thermal stress on the battery than one garaged in Seattle. The system compensates, but it can only do so much against relentless heat exposure. The practical takeaway is simple. When you have the choice between parking in shade versus full sun, choose shade. If you have a garage, use it. On extremely hot days, avoid charging immediately after a long drive when the battery is already warm. None of this requires complicated routines. Small, consistent habits protect the battery more than any single dramatic action. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with more amazing content about EVs. High-mileage EVs prove long-term survival. Let's move from data to real-world machines. There are now documented cases of EVs exceeding 300,000 miles on original battery packs, not one or two outliers. A pattern across Tesla fleets, European taxi operations, and rideshare vehicles that get used harder in a single month than most personal cars do in a year. Richard Simmons in the UK ran a direct comparison between two identical Tesla Model 3s, one with 225,000 miles and one with 18,000 miles. He tested efficiency on the same routes under the same conditions. The higher mileage car delivered 4.51 miles per kilowatt hour. The low mileage car delivered 4.55. That's less than 1% difference after 225,000 miles of real driving. Try finding a 225,000-mile gas car that performs within 1% of its new condition. It doesn't exist. The high-mileage EV survival rate isn't theoretical anymore. It's documented, it's measurable, and it keeps expanding as the first generation of high-use EVs continues to rack up miles without battery replacement. There's also the case of the 2008 Tesla Roadster still running its original 18-year-old battery with approximately 80% capacity remaining. That vehicle existed before modern thermal management systems, before today's battery chemistry improvements, and before the software optimizations that current EVs benefit from automatically. If an 18-year-old battery built on first-generation technology is still functional today, what does that say about the packs going into vehicles right now? Fast charging is less dangerous than people think. This is one area where the fear significantly outpaces the actual risk. Yes, frequent high-power DC fast charging does contribute to faster degradation. The Geotab data is clear on this. Vehicles that used DC fast charging for more than 12% of their total charging sessions averaged 2.5 annual degradation versus 1.5 for low-frequency fast charge users. But the critical word here is frequent. Occasional fast charging, the kind most personal vehicle owners actually do, on road trips or running low and pressed for time, has minimal impact on long-term battery health. The real damage comes from habitual daily fast charging at high power, especially in hot conditions, repeated consistently over the years. Geotab found that vehicles using high-power chargers above 100 kilowatts for more than 40% of their DC fast charging sessions hit 3.0 annual degradation. That's a meaningful difference. But that profile describes fleet vehicles and commercial operators, not the average person plugging in at a highway charger twice a month. Context matters enormously here. The question isn't whether fast charging affects battery health. It does. The question is whether your actual charging behavior crosses the threshold where it matters. For most personal EV owners, it doesn't. Most EV batteries outlast the average car ownership period. Here's a perspective shift that rarely gets discussed. The average American keeps a car for 8 to 12 years. That's it. After that, the car gets sold, traded in, or retired. Modern EV batteries are designed to last well beyond that window. At 2.3% average annual degradation, after 12 years, you're still at roughly 72% capacity. At 1.5% for lower power charging users, you're at 83% after 12 years. A Nature Energy study using UK vehicle testing data estimated that battery electric vehicles lasted on average of 18.4 years. That dataset skewed toward older EV generations, before today's battery chemistry and thermal management improvements. Current vehicles should perform better. This means the realistic scenario for most EV owners isn't replacing the battery. It's selling or trading the car while the battery is still well within functional range. Passing a healthy battery onto a second owner and buying a newer vehicle with better technology. Battery replacement isn't the worry. Battery outlasting your ownership is the reality. What actually causes premature battery failure? Given everything the data shows, what actually does cause batteries to fail early? The answer is almost never normal driving or normal charging. Real premature failures trace back to cooling system problems that allowed repeated overheating, manufacturing defects in early production runs, physical damage from accidents, and prolonged extreme environmental conditions that overwhelmed thermal management. Recurrent, which tracks EV battery health across large vehicle datasets, found that modern EVs from 2022 and newer show a battery replacement rate of approximately 0.3% outside of recall events. Less than 1 in 300 vehicles. That failure rate is lower than major engine failure rates in modern gas cars. The fear that EV batteries are a ticking clock waiting to drain your savings is mathematically not supported by the actual failure data. Normal use, reasonable charging habits, and basic thermal awareness produce batteries that last far beyond what most buyers ever worried about when signing the paperwork. It's also worth noting what the data says about mileage specifically. A key finding from the UK generational study was that mileage alone is no longer a reliable predictor of battery health. A 3-year-old fleet vehicle with 90,000 miles can have a healthier battery than a 6-year-old car with 30,000 miles, depending entirely on how each was charged and stored. This flips the used car evaluation framework most buyers still carry over from the gas era. On a used EV, how it was charged matters more than how far it was driven. The real answer? Here's where everything lands. EV batteries don't last forever. Nothing does. But the story the data tells is fundamentally different from the story that's been scaring people away from EVs for years. Real-world degradation averages 2.3% per year across all driving profiles, lower with smarter charging. 8-year-old EVs are averaging 85% capacity. High-mileage vehicles regularly hit 200,000 and 300,000 miles on original packs. Failure rates on modern batteries are under 0.5%. The 5-year and dead myth was built on early hybrid technology, phone battery comparisons, and worst-case assumptions that haven't held up over 15 years of real-world EV data. What the data actually shows is this. EV batteries don't last forever, but they last far longer than most drivers ever expected, often longer than the car itself. If you've been holding off on an EV because of battery worries, you've been carrying a fear that 15 years of real-world data says you don't need to carry. Drop a comment with what surprised you most about these numbers, and subscribe for more real data breakdowns on EV ownership that cut through the noise and give you what actually matters.